We are live on this Wednesday. I don't know the date because it's quarantine forever. It's time. We're live. Me and you are live. A lot of fights been booked now. We will talk about them. All right, enough of that. What's going on, guys? UFC 249 is coming up May 9th. We got that in the books. We got a bunch of new matchups. It seems like the UFC is firing away on a whole ton of new matchups. Also, Cowboy Cerrone did an interview with Brett Okamoto. I don't know if the full interview came out yet, but he talked about how he just wasn't himself. You know, on the night he fought Conor, he just didn't show up. Oddly enough, I did an interview with MMA Fighting, and I actually talked about this, and I posted it on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. Also, I noticed in the locker room, because I was in his locker room, that he just looked off. And I was telling my brother, and I was kind of, mentioning it in the interview too. I said, I like to read people's energy, and I kind of was watching Cerrone, and I was feeling like, I know he's had troubles being on and off and not really feeling up to fighting that night. And I just saw it in his eyes, like he didn't want to be there. And he actually told Brett Okamoto that's exactly how he felt, and that's what the situation was going into the fight. And I just thought that was interesting because I felt his energy, and I kind of knew that that's where his head was at, because I've been there before. Before the Montel Jackson fight, I kind of felt the same way. So it's cool to see him be honest about it, and it's kind of interesting for a guy to be such an extreme guy, to do like crazy, cave diving, and he does a lot of reckless, crazy things. And meanwhile, he's had how many fights in the UFC? I don't know, but he has like some of the most amount of fights in the UFC, and he still, till this day, can't trust himself to show up or not show up on fight night. Sometimes he's just not there, and he goes in and fights, but it's not himself. It's a shell of himself. So that was an interesting story. I'm looking forward to see the full interview. I think it will come out. I think it should come out tomorrow, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I think he said Thursday, the full interview. But yeah, let's let some new matchups came out recently on so on UFC News Alerts. We got Darren Elkins versus Nate Landor. That's a pretty good fight. I think that's a hard fight for Nate Landor, who I think he got knocked out in his debut, which was unfortunate. But now he's got Darren Elkins, who's a beast and a very durable guy. So not the best striker, but it seems like Elkins has made a lot of improvements since he's moved to Team Alpha Male. We got Ray Borg versus Ricky Simon. There's a lot of like mixing and matching going on right now, because Ray Borg was supposed to fight Chito Vera. Chito Vera was supposed to fight someone else before that, and now Ray Borg's fighting Ricky Simon, and that's a bantamweight fight. And that's a good fight right there, man. Two like hard-nosed guys that are really good wrestlers. They fight at a fast pace. I'd say Ricky Simon's a little bigger. Ray Borg's probably a little faster. But that's a good fight right there. I'd probably give the edge to Ray Borg in the scrambling area. That's like he's like a black belt in scrambling, but Ricky Simon's probably a little bit smarter of a fighter, a little bit more technical on the feet. That's going to be a good fight. And then Chito Vera is fighting Song Yadong now, so he's been like thrown all over the place with all these different matchups, which is nuts, and that's kind of hard to deal with. But he's been training, it seems. I see him on social media, like it seems like he's been ready to fight for a while now. So good he's gotten a fight. Song Yadong is his opponent. I'm kind of interested to see if any guys miss weight, during this whole quarantine thing, because it's kind of hard to like really get your full training in. I'm sure they're breaking the rules and they're getting somewhat of a camp in, but maybe not to the extent that they would normally. Song Yadong's a tough fight, man. I know he's coming off a controversial fight with Cody Stamann. I thought Cody Stamann won that fight. Obviously exposed Song Yadong on the ground. He was kind of stuck underneath him. Didn't really know much about getting up to his feet or a lot of jujitsu sweeps or submissions either. So, you know, I think Marlon Vera could win that fight. Dan Ige versus Edson Barboza. What a fight at featherweight. That's crazy. Ige is one of my favorite underrated guys coming up. I think he has a lot of potential. I love watching him fight. He doesn't seem too big for the weight class, but Barboza's coming down from 55, and I want to see what he looks like at 45, man. If he's as explosive, as dangerous, Ige is the type of guy where I think he can smother Barboza and get him really tired. As long as he can outlast that first round of like brutal leg kicks and body kicks, stay out of trouble. I think he can slowly break him. And Ige is the type of guy that loves to break guys, so really interested in that fight. Another fight, Drew Dober versus um, Alex Hernandez. That's another good fight, man. Tough fight for Hernandez. I think he had a better, easier opponent than Drew Dober before that. Now he draws Drew Dober, who's knocked out that really highly touted prospect, Nasrat. Can't pronounce his last name, but that guy's fast and he's dangerous, and he had a lot of hype behind him. And Drew Dober knocked him out early, so I could see Drew Dober taking that fight as well. Man, a lot of fights were booked. It's crazy how they just quickly stacked the card for May 13th, May 16th. I don't know if they filled up May 16th yet, but the 9th and the 13th looks like it's filling up. Some of these are mixed and matched. Some of these are for the 16th. Some are for the 13th. But yeah, craziness. So I don't know. I don't know. It looks like they're gonna fill up these cards quick. I'm sure if I was gonna fight, I would hear something real soon. I don't think they're looking for catch weights or anything like that. If they were, they probably would have called for me to fight like short notice. Otherwise, it's looking like June-ish for me, which I don't really want to wait any longer because I fought in January. I'd like to keep the ball rolling, keep the momentum going. But I see we got some people, some questions in the live chat. What's up, Austin Paul? Boom, as an avid viewer, MMA, I stand 6'3", 240. I think I could step in there and toy around with you. Maybe, man. I don't know. You're a heavyweight. It could be. But you never know. I could gas your ass out and leave you there fucking panic attacking. Dad's in the house, of course. You got some real static, fam. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Where do you train now with all this quarantine going on? From Paul Per. Well, not really much training, a lot of home workouts, a lot of running. I'm doing a lot of pad work, because that's all I really have so far. At this point, I have to kind of try to pick it up a little bit more, maybe grab a few guys and do some more things if I want to actually continue my fighting within the next couple of months, because as far as gyms opening and stuff like that, who the hell knows when they're going to say, oh, it's okay, you can do that. So if the UFC is going to resume and you want to be ready and prepared, you got to kind of take that into your own hands. Do you get starstruck when Bruce Buffer is in front of you? No, not at all. I rarely ever get starstruck. I'd say Joe Rogan was like the one person that I was like, wow, it's weird being in his presence because I was a fan of his for so long. Then there he is talking to me, and I was waiting for that moment for like my whole life. So that was kind of cool. How often does Eddie Bravo come down to 10th Planet Smith? I haven't seen him over there. I know he like supports all of his systems and it's a chain, that he has, but there's so many 10th planets. I don't know if he's been to the Smithtown one yet. I haven't heard of that. It'd be cool if he came down. I'm sure he will at some point do like a seminar or something like that. Paul Per, as an alpha yourself, how do you feel about betas? I mean, I think, I could be both at times, to be honest, To each his own, I guess. It's not like everyone has to be alpha. And alpha doesn't, just because I fight doesn't mean I'm alpha all the time, but that's when the alpha comes out. Um, didn't know you could be a black belt in scrambling. Yeah, you could be if you're that great at scrambling. Like some people say I got a black belt guillotine, but I don't have my black belt in jiu-jitsu, so you know, it's just really a figure of speech. Austin Turner, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you about local Texas Roadhouse open? I saw that. I'm pretty excited only because, like, for me, cheat night is like the highlight of my week, and that's when I get like to eat whatever I want once, one night per week, dinner, dessert, whatever it is that I like. And new restaurants are always exciting for me. So I don't know what you guys rate it. How I haven't ever tried Texas Roadhouse. I won't, but I'll be interested to see how good it is. Ryan Ormiston, Dana better give you a call, or me and my boys are going to have to talk with him. Yeah, kidnap his ass, tie him up. I want that Christmas bonus, just like Christmas Vacation. We tied up his boss. He thought he was the Jelly of the Month Club. Mike Spiteri, hey boom, I'm taking a dump. Beautiful, the poop shoot. What is better than taking a dump and watching boom breakdowns? Nothing. Paul Purr, Matt, yes, that's Papa Boom. Always watching, always stalking, always making sure I do everything perfect in life, or else you take an ear beating. Good evening. What else do we got? My birthday is June 13th. If you fight on that card and win, I'll buy a boom poster. Ooh, I don't know I can't control the date, but hey, appreciate you buying the boom poster. Maybe you send me a pic, hang it up on the wall, see how it's looking. I don't even know who would make a boom poster though. My friend Austin calls it the boomatine. That's what we all call it over here. That's what the 10th planet system calls it as well. Serious question. Who do you want to fight next? I don't want to hear you'll take anyone. Who are you looking to turn to dust? Well, Sean O'Malley's the name, that I obviously keep coming up with, but that's like every bantamweight. So I always say that first, and then I'm like, well, if it's not him and I have to pick someone, I got my eyes on like Thomas Almeida. I think that's a smart fight as far as catapulting myself. I think he was like in the 15 range before he was out for a while. He's been out for quite some time, so obviously he's got to come back and get back on the horse. He's a really good fighter, though. I thought that fight with Jimmy Rivera gives me hope, stylistic wise, but other than him, I would like Ricky Simon fight would be good, but he just got booked against Borg. We talked about that, so it's kind of hard. There's just so many guys right now open. I really don't like to pick anybody right now because I can't really single out anybody in the top 15. It's not realistic. So like outside there, it's like anybody outside in that range from like 20 to 50 to 15 range is like perfect for me right now. Actually, my specialty move is the Darce. No way to incorporate the word boom into that. Yeah, you're right. uh, boom and Darce. Boom and Darce. Paul Per, boom. Did you get into video games yet? Not really. I played Nintendo Switch. I don't really. I'm not big into video games. I don't really want to get like hooked on that. I watch enough podcasts and stuff. I play some games on the phone, but I play mostly the Nintendo Switch, the Mario Kart on there. I got FIFA. A year from today, where do you see yourself within the UFC? Well, I actually posted a tweet about that. I just feel like mentally strong right now, really excited, to get back in there and fight. Excited to get back to training the way that I know I have to train. And I think those are good things because I think how long I've been in this game, you get burnt out. So it's good to always get a reset. And that's the positive to all this, although it's hard to, feel it in the moment. But I know in my head, like I really am itching to fight and train hard and perform again, especially coming off a win, which reignited the flame. Like, the flame was relit before that, but that really blew it out of proportion. So now I'm just like, I plan on winning 3 or 4 fights this year, getting myself back into relevancy and potentially in the top 10 by the end of the year. I would like to fight November at MSG if they're able to make that happen. Uh, did your win put you into the top 15 rankings, or would one more get you there, you think? Well, it depends who I fight, but I think 2 more. I think 2 more for sure. If I get some 2 more solid wins, and I'll be top 15. And then the end of the year, I'm looking at a top 10 guy. That's I'll definitely be calling out who I want once things get in order like that. Boom. If we set up a backyard octagon and beat the shit out of each other, will you ref for us? That'd be great. Can you, if I can get paid, the ref couple hundo per event, that'd be great. I'm down for that. Keep the money up during the quarantine. The thing is, where is this backyard? Is it in Long Island somewhere? Did you buy anything lavish with your 50K performance bonus on 246? No, I didn't. I've had 3 bonuses in the UFC. I mean, after my first fight, I needed a new car. I got myself something nice after that, like a nice car. That was it, really. I'm trying to save my money and get a house, hopefully sometime soon. That's definitely the goal. I'm trying to look at ways I can invest my money, but stocks are kind of hard to play around with if you're not very knowledgeable about that. But I'm trying to make the smart choices. Tattoos seem like an intimidation tactic for a lot of fighters. What do your tattoos stand for? No, I mean, there's no intention to intimidate anybody with my tattoos. It's more of just, uh, you know, memorable, sentimental meanings for myself at the time of getting them. Sometimes I forget later on, like, why'd I get it? I don't know. But at the time, it's something about my life, or maybe it's just something cool that I really like. And, I'm just kind of having fun with my skin. We got boom right there. You know what that is. You know what that means. But yeah, we got the Serenity Prayer here. We got some music stuff here. I love music. The world is in like a light bulb, ideas, creativity, stuff like that. Um, got chess pieces with the mirror with the paintbrush, and the word create is in there. So yeah, there's just all different ones, come up with different ideas. Um Backyard is local, boom. Selden Center Each area. No worries. I'll be there. I'll be there. I gotta get myself one of those official referee shirts. Then it's all set in stone, baby. Um Your entire chat is Lake Grove Center each. We'll figure out the payment. Hey, I like it. The locals are tuning in. That's what it's all about. It's crazy, man, because I bump into people all the time that I don't know at all, but like, they know of me and my career and stuff, and that's really cool. And that's nice to see people following. Boom, boom, shake the room. There we go. I'll be glad to talk to you about stocks. Follow me back, Twitter. I've got some investment videos up too. Yeah, the thing is, like, I got the Robinhood app, so I'm trying to figure out, because right now I feel like it's a smart time to look into certain things that have dropped significantly during this period. But once this quarantine is up and life starts to resume, I think those things are going to like skyrocket back up to the norm. Like some airlines, I was thinking about Disney, like JetBlue, Delta. Um, Apple's probably always good, but I don't know if right now is a good time to buy in. But yeah, there's some things I just gotta kind of figure out what I want to buy in and kind of just leave it there and let it slowly grow because I don't feel like I'm gonna be one of these guys that like is constantly looking at the stocks and how they're changing and like I bought in here, oh it's at here right now, let me pull it out and move it here. Like I don't think I'm gonna be one of those guys. I'd rather kind of put my investment into something and just kind of let it be for maybe, I don't know, a couple of years till I get a house and see where it's at. But thank you, appreciate it. Who's your favorite musical artist? Oh man, that's one of those questions like who's your favorite fighter? It's hard to answer because there's so many good ones. My music ranges all around reggae, emo, rap, um, acoustic. Like it could be all different things, so it's kind of hard. Like, today I was listening to Blink 182, like that album from 2003. So like bring me back nostalgic. So it's like there's just so much different music out there. One day we will all delete some beers together. Yeah. I don't drink much really, to be honest with you. I probably haven't had one drink this whole quarantine. Maybe um glass of wine like once in a blue moon. I don't really like to drink too much. I don't really like how it feels. I'm not a big fan of it, so that'd be hard, but hey, you never know. I don't even drink after my fights really. Maybe one drink after a win, celebration style. Hey, shout out to the Bogey Boys. Then I'll consider taking it easy on you. Boom, the Bogey Boys are planning a rebranding event this summer. Would you be down for a guest appearance? Yeah, I mean, hit me up with the details. We'll see what I could do. I don't know who the Bogey Boys are or what what their brand actually is, but yeah, send me some information about it. For sure, we'll check it out. Um, I'm trying to think what else. So the UFC's got May 9th, May 13th, May 16th, and then I think after that they're looking at a May 23rd. Now, I don't know where that May 23rd event is. I don't know if that one's going to be in Jacksonville again or if that one's going to be moved to somewhere else. And then I think once June comes around, I don't know if early June or mid June, they're looking at Fight Island. And that's like, if I'm going to have to wait till June to fight, like, put me on Fight Island, man. I'll bring the ukulele out. It'll be a fucking blast. It'll be a fucking blast. It'll be a fucking blast. We'll be on Fight Island. And I will perform. You should be on The Bachelor. Hey, my girlfriend wouldn't like that. We have a bully in the Bogey Boys named Ray. Can you square him straight for us? Scare him straight for us. Well, I mean, I gotta keep myself outside of out of trouble, so I don't know what I could do about that, but put him in a fucking boomatine, he'll be out of business real quick. Boom, if you're fighting on Fight Island, the Bogey Boys will explode with excitement for you. Yes, Fight Island, baby, let's go. You better hope my girl doesn't hear you singing. I can't afford to lose. Don't worry, don't worry. Boom is tied down. I'm tied down now. Yeah. I'm tied down now. Yeah. Don't worry, she won't leave you. I promise you, she won't leave. Never mind, no bachelor. Yeah, you're damn right. Fuck them sad songs off, bro. Drop a rhyme. I know. I should, but I don't know if I can go off screen. I don't know if I could even play a beat while I'm on YouTube live, or else I would do that. Um, Maybe I'll have something for next one. We'll drop something. I don't think you can do that, right? I can't like play a beat on YouTube and you guys actually hear it, or can I? I'm not sure. Um, Hey Brian, you're a great singer. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll end with a nice positive comment like that. You see, that's what the world needs more of. So yeah, that's it for the boom breakdown. We'll be back closer to May 9th. You know, I'm probably the week of the fight. I'm gonna do an official boom breakdown of every fight on the card. We'll make fight picks and all that. We'll talk about some bets. Although I did place a bet on Justin Gaethje because I do have a lot of faith in him. I feel like Tony Ferguson's better, but I feel like with the circumstances, with extra 3 weeks to win the fight, Gaethje could pull it off. It's worth it. He's like a good enough underdog where it's worth it. There's some value on that. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited for it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, baby. Boom.